It's tab kickoff heading towards week 2 of the NRL finals. Week 1, where we saw the two qualifying final winners, Brisbane and Penrith, do it pretty easily. And in the elimination finals, Newcastle and the Roosters squeaked through. And joining us, Raiders legend Laurie Daly and Loz, the top two, Brisbane and Penrith. There is a gap, a significant gap. You could have got $3 about the Quinella last week, now at $1.60. It's hard to see those two not playing in the grand final. Can you make a case for anyone else?
$1.60 looks like a good price, given what we saw in the first week of the finals. I thought they were the most impressive teams out of the teams that ran around. The Broncos did a job on the Melbourne Storm, and that was unexpected. And then the Panthers showed their quality by dismissing and dismantling the Warriors quite comfortably. I know that both teams had a couple of players that they were still missing. The Warriors didn't have Shaun Johnson. Melbourne, they didn't play their best football. They'd be disappointed with that. But from what I've seen so far, they are the two best teams in the competition. And if they play each other in a grand final, it'll be a toss of the coin job.
Punters who took the Knights would have been nervous throughout that match, particularly as it got to extra time. Brave performance by your Raiders.
I thought they were tremendous, Middo. No one gave them a chance of going there to win. And the longer the game went, the more you felt as though the Raiders could win that game. Unfortunately, they couldn't get a job done in the end. But Newcastle, they win. They move on to take on the Warriors. Not only physically do they have to get up, they've got to travel across the ditch, but mentally, emotionally, you can only imagine how much it took out of them playing in front of that big crowd. They lacked a bit of energy to start, but then they found that energy that was required. But they can't afford to have a slow start against the Warriors on Saturday.
We'll get to that game. Let's find a same-game multi first. Friday night, Amy Park, Storm Roosters, and the Roosters have personnel dramas. Loz, no Manu, Swali'i, Billy Smith out as well. Yeah,
that's a lot of firepower to take out of this Roosters team, and they've been gallant in the back half of the season. We all expected them to challenge for the competition at the start of the year with the roster they'd assembled, but unfortunately it didn't work out like that. But the last 6 weeks they've been playing some tough football, but going down to Melbourne coming off the back of a big defeat, you would think the bounce back factor would be there. So therefore, I think the Melbourne Storm can win this and win it comfortably. I like them 13 plus. I also think Cameron Munster, who was very, very quiet last weekend, I think he'll have one of these standout performance games where he just starts fast, and I think he can score a try at any time. And Harry Grant was well contained by the Broncos through the middle, and I would expect him to have a huge influence on the bearing or the outcome of this match. So I reckon he'll cross the stripe for a 4-pointer as well.
And they won both meetings 13 plus, the Storm against the Roosters this year. On Saturday, well, let's go across the ditch. It's going to be some atmosphere there at Go Media Stadium, and the Warriors favourites, not by a huge amount, less than a converted try. I mean, the Shaun Johnson availability issue is going to be key here to as far as what the market does late. Has been named though, Loz.
I wouldn't be jumping in at this early stage. I would be waiting an hour before kickoff to find out who is exactly in the team for the Warriors, and in particular, Shaun Johnson. You've got to remember, if he doesn't play, they're also missing their 5'8" in Luke Metcalf. So that could be a key out. Kalen Ponga is playing sublime football at the moment. I don't think there's a more rounded player in the game. He's doing some sensational things. Everything he's doing at the moment is turning to gold. But I think if Johnson plays, the Warriors win in front of that fanatical crowd. Dom Young has been a real try scorer for the Newcastle Knights this season. I expect him to score a try. And DWZ, Dallin Watini-Zelezniak, to be an anytime try scorer as well.
And under NRL Futures on the Tab app, there is a top finals try scorer market. It's $5 the field. Dom Young already has 2 tries. Sania Taruva's got 2 tries. I reckon a value play here might be Reece Walsh. 1 try in the first week of the finals. Of course, doesn't play this week. $17 in that market. Who would you go with, Loz? I suppose you want someone who's definitely going to be playing in the grand final.
Well, I'd either go with a Penrith player or a Brisbane Broncos player. I'm pretty confident that both those two teams will win their prelim game and then go on and play in a grand final.
All right, Taruva, of course, very good against the Warriors the other day. Had a great season, his first season there at the Panthers in first grade. Don't forget, download the Tab app. Stacks of markets to bet on in the NRL finals. And Bet's Friends, that tile, click on that. You can copy the expert tips and selections just straight into your bet slip.
What are you really gambling with? For free and confidential support, call the number on the screen or visit the website.